Tuesday, November the 30th, after the court decision to spare the Democrat Party from being dissolved, a question has come up. How do the red shirts react to this?
The red shirts and the Pheu Thai Party, we consider them in the same movement. From initial reports that we have heard, it seems to be they are entering an election mode, which
meaning that they don't get angry, they don't demonstrate, they don't say this is double standard, we must show the public that we cannot accept it.
They are everything that you just said. They are very upset, they are angry very much, and they want to show the public. This is such a double standard. But the way they will react will be different this time.
So it's a new strategy.
New strategy, and it's a sensible strategy because the biggest thing that they want is an early election, and the only way to get that is to behave themselves.
We're not trying to create enough trouble to give an excuse to Abhisit, the Prime Minister, to postpone the election.
And the timing as well, because the government has only 1 year left.
Exactly. Next December will be the end of the current term.
Next December, yes, of course. And they have their own lessons after, in April, Abhisit promised to hold an election in November 14th, which have passed over 2 weeks ago. And they have that lesson already. So it's just sensible for them to just wait out to win their anger at the election.
They have appointed Kuntida Tojirakan, wife of the Wing Tojirakan, to replace Vira Musikapong as sort of the chairman of the Red Shirt movement. What does that signify?
In terms of activism, we don't think we don't think much will change, and there will be certain protests on the street, but it will not be. They will not want the people to remember violence ahead of an election. They will want the voters to remember yesterday the court ruling, the so-called double standard.
That could be the election slogan. That you see, this is double standard, so vote for us instead of the Democrat Party.
Of course, they don't want people to remember blocking of the intersection or something like that. They will want people to keep in mind what happened yesterday.
And do you think Prime Minister Abhisit will have his counter strategy to this, less violent and election centric, so to say, of the Pheu Thai Party?
Well, it depends on how the Red Shirt can create an impression that they are now a peace-loving movement now, and that will force Abhisit. No matter what he might be contemplating, he will have to dissolve the House early next year.
The Red Shirts don't seem to have much choice, though, if you consider the tough statements given by the new commander-in-chief in the past few weeks. He said, I'm going to take action, whether you're yellow or red shirts. If you come on the street, if you have violence, I have to do my duty.
Exactly. After the timing, and they have to believe that another wave of violence will not get them anything. Because even though they can do something to affect the government, there's still the army to deal with also, and they can never win. They can never win with the army. And also this strategy will be good for Pheu Thai Party as well. They can, they have to stop the bleeding ahead of the election. Even though the people will still vote red or vote non-red, so to speak. But this will be good for the Pheu Thai Party because they can tell the MPs that we have a very good election rallying cry, so stay with us. The MPs, you can easily win the next election by telling the voters that you are still with us, and you can campaign on the basis of double standard.
But I don't see Abhisit in the election mode. I heard him on Sunday in his weekly TV appearance when he was interviewed by Dr. Jem Sakpin Talk. He was sort of trying to talk about election, but not really serious about having an election.
That's what he's been doing. He's very vague every time he talk about the timing of the next election. The best he said was sometime maybe early next year, and And at a certain point, he even said that he did not rule out the possibility of election at the end of.
Well, I think he's talking about it more often. That means he's not going to do it. Because if you really want to do an election, you don't talk about it. You just, dissolve parliament and then you have an election. But he keeps giving all these reasons why election can take place anytime, and I don't see any sign.
But I think he said that if there's peace in Thailand, he will call the election. Whenever people can go anywhere to campaign, he will call an election. So it will depend on whether the red shirt can create that impression.
Well, the red shirts can, really pin him down by saying, okay,
we are good boys now.
We're good boys. We'll give you a guarantee. We will give the public guarantee that there was no demonstration, no disturbance from the red shirts. You call the election, we will behave. And I think that really cornered him.
Yeah, and we just hope another bomb will not go off after this.
Have you noticed that there have not been a bomb in the past few weeks? None, not one single bomb so far. So I think Abhisit is running out of excuses to not hold an election. We'll see how he handles this when there's peace and how he can create a non-peace image of a reasonably peaceful time. We shall see.